pro and he's going into his second year of university. There are opportunities for him. I would like to see, because the Winnipeg Sea Bears need guys to start knocking down shots. He has that capability. He's had some looks, but he has not shot the ball well lately. In his last 3 of 16 from the field. If he can find a stroke, boy, that helps the Winnipeg Sea Bears quite a bit.
Crew chief tonight, Perry Stoddart, Cooper Toppings, Reed Kenyon are the officials, and we are underway here at Canada Life Center. And Glenn Yang, the point guard for the Winnipeg Sea Bears, starts the playoff. Onasike coming off a bit of a rough outing. Gets the pick, the roll. Yang will go in, drop it off to Posthumus, who gets it swatted away from behind. Thought he had himself all kinds of time, but Waterman took it away. Great defensive start for the Honey Badgers as the music just disappears and everything seems very quiet all of a sudden. Vital at the top. One of the top scorers in the league. He'll drop it off a little low for Tillman, and it's a jump ball. That'll be called, and the ball will go to the Honey Badgers. There's no jump balls in this level. It's possession arrow.
The old adage, all the old coaches will say, don't bounce pass to your big man down by his knees. Get it up where he can catch it.
Big man gets it at the elbow and knocks it down. And Jeremiah Tillman Jr. with the smooth jumper, 6'10", 260 out of Mizzou. Averages nearly a double-double a game, and that's a smooth stroke to start this one off. Yang trying to roll again. Posthumus to the wing. Teddy Allen. He tries to get it down to Posthumus, and he'll lay it in. And we talked about it on Monday, Dave. Not really getting Posthumus involved too much in the offense the first 6 games. They have really been trying to get it to him in the early minute here.
And getting them active, bring them out, three different ball screens, get him out, get him into the office, get him offense, get him some touches. Hopefully get him involved in the game.
That's a fadeaway that misses everything from McEwen. And now A.J. Hess into the starting lineup for the first time. He's really struggled shooting the ball this season. Onasike, he'll take the long 2. Doesn't get it. And the rebound grab by McEwen. Vital is going to drive all the way in, and the foul. And the first free throw of the game will go to Christian Vital.
It's a real good change of pace there. You might not be able to read it necessarily on the TV screen, but it's just a real subtle change of pace, getting a defender back on his feet, attack the basket, and play through or fight through contact to finish. That's a high-level play from Vital.
Vital at the line where he's a 78% shooter on the season. Doesn't get the bounce, and Onasike with the rebound. Doesn't get the three-point play, but he's averaging just shy of 22 a game, which is 4th best in the CEBL. Now Onasike trying to back in Waterman to kick. Yang has a bit of space to pull it from the free throw line and knock it down.
So I like that there. They go down into the post to Onasike, and they sort of bluff a little bit of double team pressure. Glenn Yang's got to be able to make defenses pay if they do that.
And McEwen answers immediately with a 3 on the other end. 35% shooter from long range, 6th man of the year last year. Into the starting lineup this year as Yang, a bit of a push-off, gives it over to Posthumus, who drops in the little shot. And again, Posthumus being very much a big piece of the offense in the opening minutes.
But other than the Onasike miss there a couple of possessions ago, this has been 4 or 5 really good possessions from the Sea Bears, sharing the ball, getting good shots, getting high percentage shots.
Waterman gets Onasike in the air, drives in with little resistance, and Brampton back up by 3. Teddy Allen, who averages more shots per game than anyone in the league, hasn't really touched it yet as Posthumus lines up a 3. That's just his second three-point attempt of the season. Also missed one in their opener. Waterman, he's one to watch from the three-point line, no doubt about it. But he's driving in now, has it knocked away, but the cleanup from Tillman Jr.
Posthumus was drawn away to help on the drive and got the block, but nobody puts a body on Tillman.
Onasike, they're going to call that an offensive foul.
Come on. That's a tough call. That is a sales job. Top-ranked, number 1 salesman of the year type effort here.
Well, let's see it on the replay.
No. Oh, jeez.
So Vital is 187 pounds, Onasike 150. And just
250.
250,
Yeah,
pardon me.
yeah.
So, yeah. I wouldn't think the Sea Bears would love that call, but you have to flush it and move along.
Yep.
So that's the first foul on a CK. That ball deflected by Hess. Goes out of bounds as we see a couple subs already for the Honey Badgers as Cody John checks in. Nick Wiggins in as well. And we're going to see Prince Ojuro and Ashley Hamilton. Almost a full line change here for the Honey Badgers.
We're going to get a look at Ashley Hamilton. He might be a really nice weapon for this Honey Badgers team off the bench.
Ojuro putting it on the deck. It's good defense from Posthumous. And that's going to be a really nice stop by the Sea Bears, who have also put Jelani Watson-Gale into the game for the first time. One of the early contenders for Sixth Man of the Year in the CEBL. And Posthumous outside the arc. By the way, Simon Hildebrandt in as well, and that's a turnover. Hamilton is going to get hacked by Allen and goes hard into the stanchion, and now that's going to be an unsporting foul against Teddy Allen. And he has a little conversation with one of the Honey Badgers. Cody John, by the way, is tying the franchise mark for games played. Let's take another look at it.
We'll get another look here.
Hamilton driving in.
I mean,
it's a big windup.
It's a big windup, and that's what, and certainly the referee trailing in that position, that's what he sees too as well, right? So, I mean, there's not going to be much conversation about whether the validity of that. And I think that's what Coach Taylor's talking about here is actually the referee positioning on that call. I think he's pointing out that he's the angle in which he saw that foul.
Right. And so Hamilton just into the game for the first time. Gets to touch the official game ball of the CEBL, which is Spalding. Get your new CEBL official replica ball today by visiting cebl.ca. Shots in the ball, makes both. As Joey mentioned off the top, just brought in. He was signed 2 days ago by the Honey Badgers. Just spent 26 games playing in France, where he averaged just shy of 10 points a game and did play 11 games with Montreal Alliance last year. 11th year professional ball out of London in the United Kingdom. So you got a tall man with experience, and he gets an immediate chance, and he gets the rebound as that one slipped through the hands of a couple Sea Bears. Trying to post up Hildebrandt. And he has that little shot get short, and it's knocked away, kept alive again by the Honey Badgers. McEwen throws it away. He traveled before that happened anyway. But not getting those offensive boards is going to drive a coach crazy.
Couple of opportunities there for Hildebrandt to squeeze that and get the team out in transition, but Teddy Allen had a shot there too on the first rebound and just sort of watched it go away.
Watson-Gale off a screen, knocks it down.
Well, I talked a lot about him on Monday's broadcast. He's a real favorite of mine. He's a really great player coming off the bench and gives them a lot of weapons, or a lot of weaponry off the bench.
And then Cody John the other way off the bench, just a 26% shooter from three this season so far, but cashes that one in. And the Honey Badgers have themselves an 8-point lead. Hess cuts it to 5. And a man who's trying to find his game here. He's brought in to shoot threes, but coming into this one, just 6 of 31 from long range. Knocks down his first try of the night as John the other way. The little floater, can't get it to go. Tapped around, and it's Hildebrandt who comes down with it. Watson-Gale up by himself. High toss to the wing. Hess, is he going to pull it again? He does. And that's a tough shot. But he follows his miss. It's kept alive by Posthumous, and it's going to be Winnipeg ball. When we come back, 4:23 to go in the opening quarter. The Honey Badgers with the 16-11 advantage. You're watching the CEBL live on TSN, CEBL Plus powered by BetVictor, and listening on Saga 960.
Nah, being a fitfluencer is just getting up and showing up, and maybe inspiring someone along the way. So if you're looking for a fitfluencer, take a look in the mirror.
That's the good life.
There's so much character here.
Think we should get a home inspection?
Oh, yeah.
What's it look like I'm doing?
How's this talk, son? You just have to listen. Yep. She's opening up all her little secrets.
Did he bring that cup from home?
You sure did. Do you need a glass? Get a glass.
RE/MAX agents don't dad-splain. They explain with exactly the advice you need during one of life's biggest decisions from Canada's most experienced agents.
Welcome back to Canada Life Center. 4:23 left in the opening quarter between the Honey Badgers and the Sea Bears. Christian O'Mell and Dave Larkins with you here as Brampton has led pretty much the whole way here to start this one. Hess, a little fade away from just inside the arc. Allen, this is his first attempt of the night. That one doesn't fall, but it bounces to Hess. And the offensive boards helping Winnipeg here. Inside to Posthumus, who's already taken 4 shots tonight. Make that 5, and that one's knocked away. Hildebrandt will drive in. He gets his shot blocked. And it's a impenetrable fortress right now inside for the Honey Badgers.
Well, they got a big lineup, and they got good team size, but certainly in the interior, they're protecting the rim really well. AJ Hess, the last 2 shots he's taken, I haven't loved. First one was a nice rhythm shot, knock it down. The last 2 contested, forced. Let the game come to you and let those shots come to you.
Hildebrandt has to pull this one quickly to hit the rim. It does hit the rim, but Honey Badgers get the rebound. On to CK and Michael Okafor in here for the Sea Bears. That's just a careless turnover for Brampton.
Expecting your wingman to be in a certain position, and he's not. Throw it into the stands.
Vital back in for the Honey Badgers. Watson Gale, who's shooting close to 52% from 3 on the season. He's made his first. That one doesn't go. Knocked up in the air and kept alive. Good job by the Sea Bears again to give themselves an extra opportunity. Okafor, he's going to drive. Kicked on a CK in the short corner. Oh, he has it knocked away. Ball is into the scorer's bench here. And to Mike Taylor, and this will be a turnover.
I thought Anasike had that little mid-range baseline shot rhythm for him if he's ready to catch it and shoot it, and puts it on the floor and makes the shot a little bit more difficult for himself. Listen, that's the shot that I would think you want.
To the wing. John drives, lays it in. For Anasike, you look at what happened the other night. Not a great shooting night for him, 3 of 11. Maybe confidence shaken a bit. That's why he didn't take that shot. That's a turnover. Turnover's a huge issue for the Sea Bears the other night. Hamilton somehow keeps that alive, drops it down to Wiggins when he probably should have taken the layup, and now that ball is out of bounds.
That's how not to do a fast break. I thought they probably could have gotten a call there on for Wiggins attacking the rim.
Hamilton was at the rim when he passed it off. He could have just laid that in.
It looked like it was a layup.
Yeah.
Winnipeg transition defense already a little bit better, though, than it was last night against Edmonton, or Monday night, sorry.
Watson Gale waits for the roll, picks it up, knocks it down to CK, and he's hit from behind. Laduro will be called for the foul. Foul's not really a big part of the story so far. 2:36 to go in this first quarter, and no one's really even sniffing bonus territory yet. That ball inbounded to Anasike at the top. Trying to get to Okafor. He's not really a scorer. Watson Gale, good defense from Vital. 3 to shoot. Gets it to the rim. That's fair ball. FIBA rules, that's okay. John for 3. Can't get that to go. And it falls right to Allen, who hasn't really been a big part of the offensive plan here tonight after being so involved for the first 6 games. Hildebrandt can't hit the 3. And they race back and forth here, missing shots back and forth. John now to the wing. Wiggins will line it up. That one's short. But the rebound comes to Vital, who lobs it back door to Wiggins.
Nice look.
Great cut. And a timeout called by Mike Taylor with 1:52 to go in this opening quarter. So Teddy Allen, who's again averaging just a ton of shots per game, a high volume shooter, 22 attempts per game, ranks number 1 in the Canadian Elite Basketball League. Tonight he is taking 1 shot.
Well, it certainly seems as though there was a conversation in the last couple of days with the Sea Bears about how they want to attack and how they want their offense to look. Monday night we saw a lot of one-on-one action, and today ball is moving a little bit better, and that's the positive side of things. Now you got to start making some shots. Teddy Allen typically is the guy that comes, gets the ball, certainly in late shot clock situations. Come get the ball, let me activate. But maybe it's just a conversation that's happened in the last couple of days of we need this ball to move more, and this ball needs to be shared more. He will get his shots. We're not worried about that.
No.
But at the same time, listen, other guys have gotten some opportunities, and I think that's the positive thing so far. Now you got to see some of these guys knock those shots down.
If you're concerned about anything as a Sea Bears fan, is that you shot 38.5% Monday night. You scored 68 points, and through 8 minutes here, you've only got 11.
Well, and the Honey Badgers are giving them openings, right? This game could have been gapped quite some time ago. There are opportunities here to trim this lead.
Here's Allen for 3, and he knocks it down, and there's some trimming done. Cuts it to 6 again. Defensively, the Sea Bears holding up a lot better than the other night, but offensively trying to get back on track. A number of changes about to come in for the Honey Badgers. In the meantime, this is Wiggins for 3, and that's an air ball. Goes out of bounds with 1:11 to go. Tillman Jr., Waterman, and Kyle Johnson back in for the Honey Badgers, wearing the yellow jerseys tonight. Sea Bears wearing the black and teal.
Nick Wiggins, of course, the brother of Andrew Wiggins, and he has traveled a lot in his professional life, and he's a guy that gives them a serious veteran presence off the bench.
Watson Gale, too strong. Ball comes out to Allen. He'll just toss it right back up and in. Teddy Allen with back-to-back trays, and if he gets hot, look out.
Yeah, and I almost think this is better for him, where if he doesn't have to force the matter to get his shots, when it comes to him and he's able to just calmly shoot the ball, that's where he's at his best.
Johnson down low, trying to get the big man in there, and Tillman finds some space to go up and in. Half a minute to go, and the Honey Badgers lead has been cut down to 5. They swing it. Allen, heat check, corner, bang! We got another one.
Heat check is right, and all of these shots are in the rhythm of the offense. Those are what you want from Teddy Allen and really the rest of the players on the floor.
And what was a 9-point deficit at the timeout is cut to 2 in the waning seconds here. This should be the last shot. Vital, step back 3. That's nice from the Honey Badgers, and that's how this first quarter will end. We got some good possessions there to close it out, and Vital confidently strutting to the sideline after nailing that one. 25-20, Brampton after 1. You're watching the CEBL live on TSN Plus, CEBL Plus powered by BetVictor, and listening on Saga 960.
Yeah, welcome back. The first quarter was exactly what Brampton wanted. Antoine Broxy saying they needed to get off to a good start because Winnipeg can score in bunches. He saw that firsthand with Teddy Allen putting in 9 points towards the end to bring this to within 2 points. Now the second quarter has been a soft spot for the Brampton Honey Badgers rather. Mike Taylor said he wants to see his team rebounding, getting out in transition and spacing to get back in this game and take the lead. They saw that a little later on in the period. He needs to see that in the second quarter and take a lead into halftime. Guys?
Thank you very much, Joey, as the Sea Bears come out firing and have cut the lead to 2 here in the opening minute of this second quarter. Christian O'Mell and Dave Larkins, along with Joey Slattery on the sideline. Winnipeg, after a really slow offensive start, they had 11 points through 9 minutes, have 12 in the last minute and a half, really. And they're starting to find their stroke from long range. Teddy Allen, a big part of that.
Starting to get some stops on the other end, too, and that's where it's got to start.
Nice drop down to Posthumous, who's fouled. He's going to go to the line to shoot 2.
I talked about it on Monday that I wasn't sure exactly how the team wanted to use Chad Posthumous in this offense. Already he's logging more minutes. They're getting him out in the screen and roll. They're getting him out in a variety of situations. We've even seen him shoot a 3. They've gotten him off the screen, rolling to the hoop, got him touches going to the hoop, going down, north-south. That's how I presume they would be trying to utilize him throughout this season, and I think it's been positive for them so far, because at least you get something going through the big man and then open some things up for your guys on the perimeter.
Now, when the Honey Badgers get home, you can experience their basketball live from their new home in Brampton, the CAA Center. Championship family packs on sale now at honeybadgers.ca. Waterman from way outside, can't get that to fall. Posthumous goes 1 of 2 and is now 4 of 7 from the line this season. Yeah, they're using him a lot in the screen game. Osayande in for the first time. That's his first shot attempt of the season. Can't get that to fall. 3rd appearance. Had not taken a shot yet, but averaging 4 rebounds per game and a good drive and finish. Vital not afraid to get inside. Hess. He'll take another shot, and since hitting the first one, it hasn't really been there for him. And that's going to be a foul.
The adage is that good shooters keep on shooting, and that's fair and fine. This is a guy that's trying to get himself warmed up, that's trying to find his rhythm. He knows he can shoot the basketball. He's trying to find that stroke that he's used to having. But there's been a couple of questionable shots here since he made that first one.
That lob inside from Vital to Tillman. Bit of miscommunication there. I thought he was shooting it, and then next thing you know, it's a turnover. So Winnipeg will take it. Osayande going to try to post up Waterman. Lost the handle. Double team comes. Kicked out. Allen will let that fly for 3, and he got another one. And Winnipeg has tied this one here at 27.
Play a little inside out. Attention goes down to Anasike. Kick out. Teddy Allen, he's never going to be shy to shoot it.
He's got his stroke here early tonight. Rise, fire, miss from the Honey Badgers. That one bounces off Posthumous, but Hess collects it. Across half, Hess, Watson Gale, Allen. You try to get inside. High floater, can't get it. Posthumous inside against 2 yellow jerseys, and the foul. Chad Posthumous having a big impact tonight.
And that is not an easy battle to win. And if you stand next to Chad Posthumous, that is a big human being. But I'm telling you, Tillman's even bigger. And that is a tough inside battle. Good job by Chad Posthumous winning a 50-50 ball there against a very, very large gentleman.
Posthumous averaging 16 minutes a game, just 5.8 points per game, but has already eclipsed the points at least here tonight. 7 points already for the big man from right here in Winnipeg, graduate of River East. 32-year-old trying to make his second free throw of the day, and he does, and Winnipeg up by 3. Seven to go in this opening half, and the Sea Bears have overcome a slow start here. And they're on a 19-7 run. Vital to the rim. It slides off the side. And another rebound. They get to run out. Watson Gale in transition. Good job getting back. Oh, they're going to say that Ojuro used his body to ride Watson Gale out of bounds. A push. And that's 3 fouls now on the Honey Badgers this quarter.
One more note on Posthumous. We've seen the Sea Bears start him, play about 6-7 minutes, sub him out, and then go long stretches before we see him again. Mike Taylor's riding with him now. Feels confident. Obviously you do with the way he's been able to play tonight, and he's earning his minutes.
Hess the inbounder. Glenn Yang back on the court. Started every game for the Sea Bears so far. Posthumus abandons the screen. And now Yang. He'll drive. A handoff. Posthumus with the flush and hangs on the rim for the exclamation point.
And that's a good job there by Glenn Yang, drawing the defense, getting that dribble penetration. He needs to be that guy. He's the starting point guard. He needs to be able to create those types of plays for Posthumus and the rest of them.
John to the wing. Kobe McEwen will dump it inside. Ojuro trying to drive in. Back in Posthumus. A tough little turnaround at the shot clock buzzer. Can't get that to fall. Hess gets the screen. Drop down. That's a tough pass for Osayande. But they'll keep it alive with 12 on the shot clock. Okafor will line up at 3 and can't hit that. He's 1 of 14 now from long range this season.
This is not a high-scoring 5 out there right now for the Sea Bears. The Badgers, Honey Badgers, got to make a little progress here against a 5 that does not have a ton of offensive prowess.
Teddy Allen on the bench. Yang will do the loop around. Osayande, he'll line up at 3. And that's back rim, no. John flies for the rebound, and you can see the space they're giving Osayande on the wing. First three-point attempt of the season. John drives into Posthumus. Can't get that to fall, and we have a whistle. And it's going the other way.
Good defensive discipline there by Posthumus as well, as he earns himself a well-earned break. Anasike comes in, stays on the ground, hands straight up, verticality, and being able to make it turn it into a tough shot without fouling.
See the replay of the Posthumus flush as we hit the halfway point of the second quarter, and the Sea Bears outscoring the Honey Badgers 12-2 so far. Oh, Osayande knocked away that pass and give his team a chance to get back, and it gives us a chance to take a break here. Winnipeg with a 5-point lead with 4:53 to go in the second quarter. You're watching the CEBL live on TSN Plus, CEBL Plus powered by BetVictor, and listening on Saga 960.
Just watch, why not? Keep scrolling, eyes lie, why not?
As a broadcaster and Hall of Fame football player, I'm constantly in the lab of life. For 15 years, my friends at Knott Auto Corp have been pioneers as well. Introducing Winnipeg Car Lab, custom car wraps, graphics, and auto services. Winnipeg, why not get in the lab?
Welcome back to Canada Life Center, where the Winnipeg Sea Bears have wrestled control of this game away from the Brampton Honey Badgers. It was 20-11 with just over a minute to go in the first quarter. The Sea Bears have flipped this game on its head on a 21-7 run. Vital trying to answer for the Honey Badgers, and he will.
That defense off the screen roll, if that defender whose man is going up the screen can't hedge that, there's got to be help that steps up higher.
Teddy Allen back on the court for the Sea Bears. The official stats say he has 3 buckets. He actually has 4 as Hildebrand tries to fly in for the flush. Lost the ball, no whistle. Mike Taylor with his hands up as if to say, 1, no foul. Hildebrandt made a flush like that, just like that, against the Westmen in university play earlier this year. Sorry to remind you, Dave. Yang will let that fly from 3 and knock it down. Glenn Yang now 7 of 13 from 3 on the season. Doesn't take a lot of them, but he's been accurate.
Yeah, and that's another big one. And again, it's big production from players who are the others, not the top 2 scorers, not the top 3 scorers. Some of the other guys stepping in.
Hamilton from the free throw line off the mark. Let's see what Allen does here. Drops it inside for Anasike, going one-on-one with Hamilton, who gets a clean steal. Now the other way, Vital drives into the lane, and he's going to pull up a little bit. He's wincing, and we'll see what happens here. Looks like he did a little step through and perhaps stepped on the ankle of someone down there. Couldn't quite see. It was blocked up by an official. By the way, get your tickets for all upcoming Sea Bears games before they sell out. Visit cebl.ca/tickets and don't miss out on any of the action. Another pretty full house here tonight at Canada Life Center.
Vital did limp off, smile on his face. Wasn't a major limp, but he nonetheless did call for himself to be subbed out.
We'll have to monitor that one as we go through the last 3.5 minutes of this first half. Waterman, tough shot. Falls into the arms of Anasike, and the Sea Bears will push it up the floor. A.J. Hess drives in, off glass and good.
There you go, and again, Sea Bears getting out in transition, getting some easy ones, but all of it A.J. Hess, great defense down there on the low block. And it all starts with the defensive effort that they've been putting out.
The defense double teaming at the top. Now Waterman has John, and John with the travel. And the defense tonight has just night and day difference from Monday, where they allowed 97 points to Edmonton. Brampton's got 29 points with just 3 minutes to go in the first half. They're still stuck on 4 points in this quarter alone. It's been a giant difference as Allen from way outside. That's a heat check, and it does not fall. Here comes McEwen. Where's the offense going to come from with Vital on the bench? Is it going to be from Hamilton inside? No good. One and done for the Honey Badgers. Allen going to drive right in. Bit of a wild chance. Got his own rebound. Waits to go up again, and he will be shooting 2 free throws coming up.
Good hustle play there to get that offensive rebound, and then another smart play to hold off for a quick second. We talked about it on Monday. Don't dribble the ball and not go anywhere. Take that one bounce, get somewhere, lift your body into contact.
Drives right into the paint, gets his own rebound, and just kind of waits to be fouled, essentially.
Yep.
And Allen will shoot 2. He's a pretty solid free throw shooter on the season, 81%. Knocks down the first. Each week, Foot Locker giving away $500 in gift cards. Do you have the courtside kicks to compete? Scan the QR code below and select your favorite kicks from around the CEBL to be entered to win. Allen splashes both, and the Sea Bears have extended this lead to 10. They've outscored the Honey Badgers now 19-4 in this quarter.
Just defensive intensity night and day from Monday night, and that's led to being able to run out and get some easier stuff on the offensive end, not having to be in the half court all the time.
Vital back on the court for the Honey Badgers. No worse for wear. He'll line up from way outside, off the back rim. Anasike comes down with it. Under 2 to go in the opening half. Yang asking for Okafor. Can he find his stroke from 3? There it is.
Well, the defensive attack of Edmonton was to take away 2 players and hope anybody else beats you. That type of process isn't going to work here tonight, so long as guys like Okafor and others and Yang and those types are hitting shots like they are here in the first half.
Glenn Yang picks up the foul on that play. Just 2 fouls on Winnipeg in this quarter. Just 5 in the game overall. playing good defense, playing clean defense. But McEwen will shoot 2 here. He has been excellent at the free throw line so far this season, 89%, but he misses the first. 15.3 points per game on the season, second leading scorer on this defending champion squad, but just 3 points tonight. Now 4, as he goes 1 of 2. Minute and a half to go. Watson Gale to A.J. Hess, who's got a couple buckets tonight. To the corner. Watson Gale for 3, skims off the rim, and a great job of tracking that down. Hildebrandt, the second chance look. It pops out. It was in, and then it decided would rather not. And Hildebrandt can't find that one. Good hands, though, by Hess, and there's 4 Sea-Bears on the run out. Look at that underhand pass to Okafor. Improvisation at its finest by the Sea-Bears. Looked like they were going to drive off the cliff the way that one started, but wow. Fantastic. And now the answer from Waterman can't get it to go. Waterman now 1 of 6. Okafor, he's going to line up another 3 and doesn't get that to fall, but Watson Gale tracks it down. A little hectic right here. Hildebrandt, shot fake to the wing. On to CK. He has the shot fake. Runs out of space, and that's going to be a foul against Hamilton. Onasike was trapped, completely trapped in the corner. And he's actually going to get bailed out and shoot 2 free throws here.
This is a bad sequence here, not what we're seeing necessarily here. Well, that's a bad sequence for Brampton as well. But a bad sequence there for Brampton in the corner. And Asike thought got away with a travel, then dribbles himself into traffic as you mentioned, and then so instead of getting a turnover out of it, which I thought maybe they would, said they're putting a guy on the line to shoot 2 freebies.
Asike shoots a ton of free throws. Tops in the league in free throws made per game at 6.2 and is 3rd in the league with 7.5 average per game. So he gets a lot of chances and makes the most of them for the most part, 82%. And this could be it. This has just turned around so dramatically. 16-point lead for Winnipeg. Honey Badgers trying to get anything to go their way before this half ends. Hamilton falls. It's been a bit of a tough one for him. Onasike has 4 seconds, 3 seconds. He drives, denied by Waterman, but the Sea-Bears have 1.3 seconds to figure out a decent look, and Mike Taylor's going to use his remaining timeout in this half to come up with a plan.
Good coaching by Mike Taylor to have that one in his pocket here with the second to go. I'll be honest with you, I would have a look at that clock. I thought there's certainly no home clock there at all. When that whistle was blown, I swore there was about 1.7, 1.8 on the clock, and it dwindled down to 1.3.
Doesn't look like the officials are going to huddle up and talk about it or anything, so I reckon that's just going to be how it stays. There's no video review to correct such things.
Maybe you have to have a word with the clock down here, the clock operators down here. So you're at this is your home gym.
It's true. Yeah, we have noticed some discrepancies on the stats too. Like Teddy Allen says 3 field goals. I'm pretty sure he's got 4. Same with Chad Posthumus. One of his buckets was given to A.J. Hess. Maybe they can watch it back afterwards and correct that in post. But the Sea-Bears, the one thing that is accurate, they have 46 points. And that's what's most important to anybody on that team.
And whether you're in a clock league or you're in a target time league, putting up 46 at the half, you're feeling all right about where you are, and more importantly, the 30 that they've given up. I mean, that's a number you'd be very, very happy with. And
here we go, 1.3. Yang inside. That didn't hit anybody, so the clock should not start.
Whoa.
See, it was just into the open space, and it looked like the clock started early, but at the same time, Watson Gale touched it and then wasn't really going anywhere, so I think it's no harm, no foul done there. So 46-30. The Sea-Bears in that quarter outscore the Honey Badgers 26-5.
certainly on the interior, this Brampton team is big. Like you're sitting here courtside and you see the size of some of these guys. This is a big team, and Winnipeg has handled that size pretty well.
We are underway here as the Honey Badgers really struggled inside too. Just 9 of 26 on 2-pointers in that opening half. Vital getting off a shot and immediately 3 points cut off that deficit.
Well, and there's a defensive lapse that you don't want to see if you're Winnipeg is.
They inbounded it from the sideline, and nope. Let's try that again. There we go. Yang on a CK, Allen, Hess, and Chad Posthumous on for the Sea Bears as Posthumous goes inside. Little hook shot, no good. Waterman hits the deck. And a foul called. Waterman, McEwen, Vital, Tillman, and rounding things out, Kyle Johnson, who's been pretty quiet here tonight. Doesn't even have a shot yet in 11 minutes of action.
We mentioned Chris Posthumous a lot in the first half and liked how they got him involved in the offense, and I'm glad to see them just go, hey, play a little back to the basket here, get him a touch in the post. You want to see him take that shot, right? You want to be able to get him that shot more often than not.
Tillman comes out to set the screen for McEwen. Bounce pass. Tillman looking for the baseline cut, and Waterman lays it in, and the foul. We saw the Sea Bears get torched on backdoor cuts on Monday night, and that's something that maybe the Honey Badgers will look to get to here in the second half.
A couple of things that happen there. Tillman makes a nice read. Anasike loses his man on the backside, just gets back cut, and Tillman makes a nice read because Posthumous didn't jump out on the high screen roll. He sat back in the key. Tillman takes that little breath, looks, Anasike gets back cut and makes a nice pass for 3-point play.
And the Winston-Salem native knocks down the free throw. And the Sea Bears have been outscored here in this opening burst, 6-0. Allen gets the flyby. Tough shot, doesn't fall. And the rebound squeezed by McEwen. Numbers for the Honey Badgers. Drive and kick, 3 in the corner. Johnson can't get it. Waterman knocks it right to Osayande. Winnipeg gets the stop. 10-point game. And some defensive harassment coming out of the key. Osayande will try that too. No good, but it falls to Hess, who puts up the little floater. No good. Osayande the rebound, and he scores.
Unconventional rebound there. Osayande jumped got up in the air and then was undercut and somehow managed to put it back up while he had the defender right underneath him.
Osayande's first bucket as a Sea Bear in his third game. Vital to the rim. He'll shoot 2. Brampton team that averages just shy of 88 points per game coming in. They are going to have to do a lot of work to get to that point. But the one thing we have seen from this Sea Bears team a number of times, big cushions going into target score time that get erased. And we'll see what we get to. They had a 4-point lead going into target score time back when these two teams met earlier in the season. 66-62 in a very low-scoring game. Brampton took control in the final moments and grabbed the win there, 75-71. Vital makes the first. He's into double figures. And he's got another. Lead back to 10.
Winnipeg's got to be careful here. 10 can go down to 4 and down to 6 or something like that pretty quickly. They've got to make sure that they keep aggressive, keep attacking, keep doing what they've been doing through most of this game.
Well, Brampton's already scored more points this quarter than they did the last quarter. Yang for 3.
Both of his looks have been quality looks, and as you mentioned, his numbers are very good from the 3-point line, and he's 2 for 2 tonight.
8 of 14 now for the season. Maybe he should shoot more. Waterman to the corner. 3-pointer is off and good from Kobe McEwen. And they're going shot for shot here in the third quarter.
That's 2 defensive lapses that have ended up with 3-pointers in the corner from the 2 guys you absolutely cannot leave open in the corner 3.
Allen trying to find some space. The roll. Osayande has some. Kicks it out. Yang decides to give it to Hess for 3, and he buries it. And it's that kind of look for Hess. Oh, an open look. Don't force it, but when you have a great opportunity there, that's where he can be the most dangerous.
Well, it's in a rhythm shot too, right? Get the ball going around, wide open look, nice rhythm.
Vital denied at the rim, and now the run out. Yang, he'll stop for three. That's a tough one, but the rebound goes right to Osayande and has it rejected by Tillman. Last touch by Osayande, it'll go out of bounds for Brampton ball.
Osayande started at the University of Saskatchewan about 7 or 8 years ago and is a big guy, but you start to see the difference between U Sports big guy and Division I big guy in that sequence there.
Yeah, Tillman, who went to the University of Missouri, an SEC school. 6'10", and definitely a big presence in the paint. Up top, Vital for three. Doesn't go, but Waterman the rebound. That's a tough follow-up that goes in. Swirls around the rim and falls, and the lead is back down to 11. Honey Badgers looking a lot more crisp offensively here than they did in the second. Allen double clutches and foul. I mean, it's a low bar to clear when you score 5 points in a quarter to do better in the subsequent quarter. But still, Hamilton, or I keep saying Hamilton, my apologies. They were in Hamilton for a while. I knew I'd do that. Brampton has looked a lot cleaner here, but credit the Sea Bears offensively staying with them here as we go through this third quarter. And Teddy Allen to the line, makes the first. 3 of 3 now at the line.
And the Honey Badgers can score the ball. They've got a lot of guys that can carry an offense and can turn the score up really quickly. And from Winnipeg's standpoint, you want to be able to slow that down, but at the same time, you have to try to keep pace with what they're doing offensively as well.
Quick the other way. John didn't travel? Okay. The official had to think about it for a moment to arrive to the same conclusion that almost everyone else here already had. John jumped in the air as he was bobbling it. No, I don't think any Sea Bear touched it. And then he landed. A second pass is they call double dribble.
Reed Kenyon, a veteran Winnipeg referee on the call there. I think maybe, as you said, maybe I had to think for a second. What did I just see? No, that doesn't look right.
Not really much of a protest from Brampton. So up the court they come with Winnipeg up by a dozen. Yeah, we're seeing a lot more people involved in the offense tonight for the Winnipeg Sea Bears, and that's definitely proved to be a good idea. It's paying dividends. That one goes out of bounds off the Honey Badgers, and 11 to shoot for Winnipeg.
Well, again, it's just the ball movement has been better. It hasn't stagnated, and that makes it easier for your superstar players, too, like Teddy Allen, to get better shots.
Allen to the corner, Yang for three, another one! Third three of the game for Glenn Yang. And the lead is back up to 14. That secondary scoring that was sorely lacking Monday night has come up large for Winnipeg today. Vital drops it down. Waterman, he'll take a short jumper. No good. And the rebound grabbed by Yang. Winnipeg's been so good on the glass today. Allen will pull up for three and bury it. Teddy Allen has it dialed tonight from long range.
I called him Fun Teddy Allen on Monday, and this is Fun Teddy Allen again. The guy, when it's working for him, he is fun to watch when he's knocking down those shots.
Skip pass to McEwen, trying to find some space. Step back three is short. Good rebound by Osayande, and the ball will be. Let's want to see.
I think they might get Osayande here.
They're going to call Osayande, yeah. We see Glenn Yang go up the court, but we have immediate timeout here. Under 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Winnipeg up by 17. You're watching the CEBL live on TSN Plus, CEBL Plus powered by BetVictor, and listening on Saga 960. Welcome back to Winnipeg, and the Sea Bears with a 17-point advantage here over the Brampton Honey Badgers. And the ball belongs to Brampton on the inbound play after that timeout. Christian O'Mell, Dave Larkins, Joey Slattery with you here tonight. The Honey Badgers have looked a lot crisper here in this third quarter, but Winnipeg has matched them and exceeded them here. Outscoring them 14-13. That drive is swatted away by Osayande, but the foul on, is it Hildebrandt or Hess there? It's going to be on Hess on the body before Osayande got a piece of that ball.
For a split second there, I was going to credit A.J. Hess with really solid defense, and I will continue to do that because he's actually been really good on the ball today and made a lot of shots difficult for guys like McEwen here, and oh, that's a tough call to. But, and again, especially from the angle where it was at, there was a official sort of with bodies in his way, but.
McEwen goes 1 of 2 as Allen gets the rebound. Lead back to 16. Allen for another 3, and he cannot miss tonight.
And I wonder how you miss him in the defensive rotation there. That wasn't anything elaborate that Winnipeg did. They just spot him into the corner. Somebody doesn't get out on him, and he's got an open 3. Nice pass.
Inside Ojuro at the slam. Just missed that assignment in the paint. But Teddy Allen has been completely.
They're going to get McEwen here
yep.
Away from the ball, really up in the pressure, away from the ball, trying to deny on Allen, and just got his hands a little bit too intense there and locked him up.
Yang comes out. Watson Gale back in as you see that latest Teddy Allen 3.
Yeah, that's McEwen going the wrong way, it looks like on that screen.
A tight one.
That's a heat check.
Yep. Back the other way. Honey Badgers down by 17. They have to start getting some stops and converting on the other end too. Hamilton, in his first game, he bowls over Hildebrandt, and that's an offensive foul.
And no doubt about that one.
Hamilton now 0 of 3 with 2 turnovers after that one. Hildebrandt draws it. And Winnipeg will take it. Hess, whose shoes I quite enjoy. I like the colorful shoes. Osayande guarded tightly by Hamilton. Is that a travel? No, it's a foul before the travel. And Osayande will go to the free throw stripe. Hamilton picks up the foul. A hold. Winnipeg in the bonus here, as we let you know that if you're interested in a chance to win an all-inclusive paid trip to the championship weekend this summer in Vancouver, all you have to do is scan the QR now and enter the Covers Pick and Win Player of the Game contest. Select who you think will be selected as today's player of the game. Osayande gets the bounce on the first.
Hold on, I'm going to just grab my phone here and get this scan.
Misses the second, but it goes right back to him, and he puts in the rebound. And he makes his own little three-point play off the miss.
Not the traditional way by any means.
I mean, a play like that, it's more luck than anything. No one was with him. It just bounced right to him, but good on him to notice the space and take advantage.
Good bounce, but really tough finish, right?
Yeah.
Going up strong, elevating, hesitating in the air a little bit, and going through the defender.
Brampton cut the lead to 10 early in this third quarter. Vital for 3, no. Rebound, great grab by Ojuro, and he puts it back in. And, we got a technical foul called on Christian Vital, who is chirping the official after he missed that 3, thought he was fouled. And that's not going to help Brampton's cause tonight. Teddy Allen will shoot the technical.
That was one of those close call, no call type situations on the 3, is whether or not the defender gave him an opportunity to land. He obviously fell on the 3. Didn't think that he thought that he got fouled. He was looking at one maybe a little bit earlier in the game too, where he was in the ref's ear a bit, certainly wasn't belligerent by any means, but he earned it.
And is it a function of you're down at that point 16? You're shooting 6 of 13, which isn't terrible, but it's not amazing, especially when the other team's star can't miss from 3, and perhaps just being down, you take out a little frustration on the official.
Well, I think there's definitely frustration, and he's not, and part of it is for Winnipeg as well, is credit to Winnipeg as well, because they've made life difficult for him. The shots haven't come easily for him, and that's frustrating when you're used to being able to fill it up.
6 of 13, pretty close to a season average of 46%. But the margin being now 19 has to be sticking with them, and now it's 21. The biggest lead of the night for the Sea Bears.
It's a good little dribble handoff. It basically acts like a screen and roll, and you get your quick guard going on a switch.
What a block. Vital thought he had an opening, and the Sea Bears took it away. Allen from the corner for 3. Bullseye! And the building explodes. Teddy Allen puts the Sea Bears up by 24. That's his 6th three-pointer on 7 attempts.
And not an easy one. That's a decent contest there, fading out of bounds.
What a shot, and the confidence. Teddy Allen, we know he is just bursting with confidence. That's what we've seen so far this season, a man who's unafraid to shoot at any point. But you have to admire what we're seeing tonight from the Sea Bears. I feel like offensively what we're seeing from them is maybe kind of the peak of what we can see from them. It's not just Teddy Allen. It's not just Anasike. We're seeing a balanced attack like we really haven't seen a lot of so far this season.
Yeah, absolutely. And Glenn Yang's knocked down a few threes. Hess got one early. Even Okafor got in the mix with knocking down a 3. They need that. This is an expansion team that has not been together for very long. They're still trying to figure things out, and I think you have to continue to remember that. This is a group that has been together for, 4 weeks, 5 weeks?
Training camp started about a month ago.
Yeah, so that's not a lot of time for 12 guys to get together and figure out how this is going to work. So they're still figuring it out. They're still getting used to each other, building that chemistry, and a game like this can be very helpful for a young team.
They scored 68 points Monday. They already have 72 here tonight. And did Vital just get tossed? He just got another technical, and he's gone. Christian Vital's night is over. The same official that teed him up on the first one, coming out of a timeout, gave him another one, and he's done. Wow.
I tell you what, maybe if you're down 24 and you're just thinking, I'm done here. That's enough of this. I don't know. And only a couple of minutes after getting your first one, right?
Yeah.
You do not see that often. Usually guys are very aware of, all right, I got my first. I'm not pushing it further. That might just be a guy that didn't want to be around here much anymore.
Joey Slattery was eavesdropping on the Brampton timeout. Joey, what'd you hear?
Yeah, well, despite the lopsided score, head coach Antoine Broxy saying, we've been here before and not to worry, to just stay the course and crawl their way back into this game. Of course, with target score, you're not up against the clock like you would be in, say, the NBA. But coming out of that, last thing he wanted to see was one of his best players and top scorers in Christian Vital get ejected with a second technical. So not exactly what he wanted to see. We'll see how they bounce back now.
Yeah, it's going to be tougher for Brampton to come back. It was already going to be difficult. But now you have your leading scorer with 2:27 to go gone. Who will fill in the shoes of Christian Vital? Is it Kobe McEwen, who averages just over 15 a game? Tonight has 8 on 2 of 6 shooting.
It's really a flip the script, and obviously on the scoreboard it is, but it's almost as though Brampton has devolved into a bit of what Winnipeg has struggled with in terms of playing a lot of one-on-one and forcing shots, not getting good flow in their offense. And that's been more the story for Brampton tonight than Winnipeg.
Tillman at the line. Barely got that to the rim. Pretty good free throw shooter on the season. 8 of 12 coming in. Second shot. That's a lot better. Makes 1 of 2. But again, the Sea Bears up 24. Now again, we've seen some struggles in target score time this season. This game isn't over, but Winnipeg is in a very good position right now to go to 5-2. But still ball to play. 2:14 to go in this quarter. Chad Posthumus saw him involved a lot in the first half. Not so much here in the second half as Hildebrandt joins the party.
There you go, and again, we'll give a little credit also to Posthumus there on the grunt work. Sets a nice screen and then seals his man off. Gives Hildebrandt a wide open look.
Ojuro, hand off to McEwen, who's going to take the shots now. Ojuro left it short. Hildebrandt the rebound. And Okafor will take it up the court.
We'll have to take a look at their shot chart, too. They have not been great in those little bunnies around the rim.
Okafor goes all the way in. Aggressive. And the shot, or the foul before the shot, but it doesn't matter because they're in the bonus.
You know, look at the Sea Bears coaching style. All the coaches in the black suit, black ties, white shirts. That's official business there on the Sea Bears sideline.
Here's another look at that Hildebrandt 3.
See, there's Posthumus, set that screen. Make it tough for their Brampton player to get around it. And Hildebrandt, again, he's a young guy. He's going into his second year of university. And here he is playing big minutes in a professional environment.
He's 20.
Yeah, exactly. And the confidence it'll give him throughout this season is if he's able to continue to see some of those shots go down, his confidence is going to continue to grow.
Okafor goes 1 of 2, now 6 of 16 from the line this season. Tillman, the handoff. Johnson trying to penetrate. He'll try the reverse. And that ball was it in before it was tapped? I'm not sure. Either way, it's 2 points for Brampton. And for Winnipeg, just keep getting good looks. You're up by a lot. Don't get complacent. Watson Gale, the 3 ball. It doesn't fall. Rare to see Winnipeg miss here in the third quarter. McEwen around the screen. He lets it fly and knocks it down. Big 3 for Brampton. So they try to climb back into this.
Well, and he's still a big threat. I mean, he's still a guy that can heat up pretty quickly. And if you're Brampton, and it's 23, you got to start making some moves here, certainly to start the fourth quarter to try to trim this thing before target time is lingering.
Good defense on ball there to put Watson Gale in a rough spot, but ball goes out of bounds off Brampton. Still 9 to shoot for Winnipeg. Allen. He hasn't made it 2 yet tonight. A little fade away from the free throw line, no problem.
All right, I said to you guys off camera and during halftime, every team in this league has one guy that is must-see TV, and I feel like it's pretty clear Teddy Allen is that for Winnipeg.
Absolutely. Tillman inside, underneath. Posthumus did enough to bother that, and now they got numbers. Allen ahead, driving all the way in. Off glass, no, but the tip in for Posthumus is good.
Boy, you love the big man running the floor too, right? That's the biggest dude on the floor for Winnipeg. He gets down, hustles, and gets himself an offensive rebound.
Najee Brown-Henderson on the floor. Can't get that to fall. Posthumus the rebound, and that's how the third quarter ends with Winnipeg in front 81-54. You're watching the CEBL live on TSN Plus, CEBL Plus powered by BetVictor, and listening on Saga 960. Welcome back to Canada Life Center, the fourth quarter of tonight's contest between the Winnipeg Sea Bears and the Brampton Honey Badgers. It is all Winnipeg since the first quarter, and making matters worse for the visiting Honey Badgers, their top scorer, Christian Vital, has been ejected from the game because he picked up 2 technicals in that third quarter for jawing at an official. Allen, for his 7th 3 of the game, no, but he's fouled, so he's going to shoot 3 coming up.
Brampton goes to a little zone look there. So our HQ tells us that the CBL record for 3-pointers in a game is 9, twice from Connor Wood, former Carleton Raven, in 2019, and Olufemi, who was a big-time Canadian player in the NCAA that went down to Arkansas. He had 9 as well in that same 2019 for Guelph.
So it's been a minute as Allen misses that free throw. Sitting on 6 3-pointers made tonight. We think he's got 7, but the official stats say 6. Might be a retroactive honor, perhaps, if he can knock down a few more. But the reality is, with Winnipeg up by 29 points, you don't need him to shoot threes, but that's been your offense, so don't stop doing what's been working.
Well, and we'll see if Brampton stays in that 2-3 as well. That might open up those shots.
Waterman inside. Bothered by Posthumous, but not enough as Waterman banks that in. He's now got 9 tonight. Bit of a press here from Brampton. Winnipeg gets through it, and they'll take some time off the clock.
Back to that 2-3, and there should be some opportunities, and here's
Watson
one.
Gale from way outside.
And McEwen just dropped his shoulders and looked at his bench and said, "What do you want me to do?" I mean, that's a near logo 3 out there.
Up 27, and he launches that, and it's pure. Johnson left that one short. Quick one and done for Brampton. Allen.
I thought that was going up.
No, it's going to be Hildebrandt letting it fly, and it's all going in for Winnipeg tonight. 89-56. And an inbound violation on the Honey Badgers. It's all unraveling for the defending champs.
That's, by my count now, 16 3-pointers for Winnipeg tonight, which I don't need any media types to tell me that is going to be a franchise record for threes in a game. Shooting over 50% as well from 3.
In case you're wondering, the most points scored in a game so far this season, 116 by Niagara. And they beat the Rattlers 116-74. Allen for another. Nope, not that time. Ball is handled by Tillman. Not sure they'll get to 116. We'll see. McEwen trying to go in. Good defense by Allen to deny him. Flip it inside. Tillman. Where's the look? It's for Waterman for 3, and he can't get it. Good rebound, Hildebrandt. The offensive rebounds, few and far between for the Honey Badgers tonight. They've had only 7. Hildebrandt just hit one. How about another one? No, it's maybe 2 open.
I really like the defensive rotation from Winnipeg in that last possession. They doubled into the post, and then every guy found their guy. So as the ball moves, there was not an opening for an open look.
That basket's going to count because when Posthumous tried to go up to block that shot, he hit his hand into the net, which is basket interference. It's unfortunate because it did nothing to bother the shot, but that's the rule. You touch the basket while the shot's in flight. That's just not how it's going to work. That's a goaltending or a basket interference call, and Brampton will take it however they can get it here with just under 8 to go. Watson Gale, Allen, missed the last couple threes he's taken. Here he's going to line up another one and bury it. Teddy Allen, 7th of the night. Huge screen from Tillman. Watson Gale just getting up now as Brampton gets the 2-pointer to cut the lead to 32.
You want to make that target time really out of reach.
Yeah, well, and considering Winnipeg struggles in that time this season, Hildebrandt drives, waits, holds, tough shot, couldn't get the rebound. Bit of a hectic pace right now. McEwen gets to the rim, no problem, and the foul. Not a lot of contact there, but he'll shoot a free throw to try to make it a 3-point play.
That's interesting, too, because Okafor was really giving himself up there. Didn't look like he was even really trying to make a play. He just sort of, hey, if he runs into me, he runs into me kind of thing, and somehow they found a foul there.
Rematch of the championship game from last season as the Honey Badgers visit the Scarborough Shooting Stars, looking to avenge their 2-point loss in their home opener. Festivities get underway this Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern here on CEBL Plus and TSN Plus. McEwen looking to make it a three-point play.
Still some questions, I think, with Brampton as the season goes on. We already know their capabilities as a championship team, but they built this record of 4-2, but they've done it off 2 wins against Montreal. They're in the bottom of their division, and then 1 win against an expansion team, and then another win against Vancouver, which is a team that's struggling in the West. So maybe we're still having to try to figure them out as well.
High off the glass, no. Bosch missed the second chance, couldn't get it to go, and now Yonde flies in, and he'll shoot a pair. Vancouver did pick up a big win against Calgary last night, but yes, still, it's been a bit of more of a struggle for them. Winnipeg's beaten them twice already this year.
And again, we've said it over and over again, sample size. It's 6 games. What do we really know about anybody at this point, right? There's some teams that, of course, return some veterans, and Brampton's got multiple guys that have had G League minutes and have had veteran basketball in them. So certainly you wouldn't be shocked to see them there at the end of the day, but they're probably about to fall to 4-3, and I think they still need some quality wins, as you would say, around March Madness time.
Sea Bears, by the way, travel to the Winsport Arena in Calgary for a Sunday matinee. That's their next game, featuring the top 2 teams in the West. Tip-off from YYC at 2 p.m. Mountain, 3 p.m. Central Sunday afternoon as that 3 goes down. And for Winnipeg, the clock is your friend until target score time, and then the clock disappears, and this giant scoring cushion you have is the friend. That was a good block inside. Waterman the other way, had it poked away by Allen, and that'll at least let his team come back and set up on D.
Leads the team in steals. He's got quick hands. We've seen that from him throughout the year. Transition, he's able to break up some transition fast breaks for teams, and doesn't get a steal there, but he stops what could have been an easy layup.
Yang comes in. Underneath, Yonde denied Waterman. Tillman, the handoff to John. 6 minutes to go. John drives in. Off the glass, no. Rebound, tap back in by Tillman.
This is the energy you wanted to see from Brampton all night. Now it's coming with 6 minutes left in the game.
Allen. Maybe lining up another three-point look.
Yeah.
One-on-one. Now he's going to get inside and get to the rim and score instead.
He just scores in so many ways. He's got a mid-range, he's got a pull-up, he's got a fadeaway game, and of course he knocks down the 3.
Three-pointer from the corner is good from Nick Wiggins. Brampton hanging in there. Lead down to 24. Still a very big margin, but that's what target score time does. It means if you just play ball and get stops and the other team and you score, that's a travel, you can win a game. Oh, they're saying 2 shots.
Yeah,
I thought Posthumous traveled.
This is not what you would typically call a bang-bang play, but there's certainly contact as he goes up. Yeah, and that's the call there. Yeah, he gets the hand is on the arm before he comes back down. So I actually think that's a pretty good call.
Okay. Yeah, on second glance. Posthumous short arms the first. 12 points, 9 rebounds for Posthumous tonight. Close to a double-double. Definitely his most impactful game of the season so far.
Really nice minutes from him today, and a lot of minutes. I think probably season high for him, as he's now up over 21 minutes for the night.
Yeah, averaging just shy of 17 per game. McEwen, skip pass. Wiggins just hit one. How about another? No, not that time. And Yang takes the rebound down. Under 5 to go now. Get closer to target score time.
See if Winnipeg, once they get inside 4 minutes, if they try to, wow.
Allen, not that time. And what a follow-up from Posthumous. That's a good way to get your double-double.
A lot of hustle plays, too, from him today.
McEwen step through. He likes that high kind of knee kick step through, doesn't he?
Well, before Teddy Allen made me stop everything I was doing, and from this shot, we're going to get a look from the backboard cam. That's almost logo 3 out there.
Look at the follow by Posthumous. Doesn't miss a beat, and that touch is fantastic.
And that's the, I believe that's Wiggins. Yeah, that was Nick Wiggins trying to box him out. That's a tough task.
Tillman Jr. gets the inbound. Brampton sees McEwen fire a three. No. And a whistle against Yang. And now 3 shots coming for McEwen.
All right, so quickly. You wonder, the target score time changes some strategies with coaches and what they want to do. Now, when you're up 27, there's maybe less thought about, the nuances of it. But I wondered if you go and just get a quick foul inside that 4 minutes, just give a foul up. That sets the target score as opposed to keeping the – but in this, when it's 26, that's less of a thought because 26 is still 26. But when there's closer games, you might see coaches say, get that foul, get that whistle, so we can set this target time.
As opposed to we just scored 6 points and they don't really count towards getting the victory.
Exactly, yeah.
Free throws go down. And that makes it a 24-point game. Winnipeg so far this season has been outscored 93-47 in target score time in the 6 games. It's been a big problem for them. Even though they are 4-2, they've escaped a few times, giving up big leads.
Well, at this point, Brampton would be looking at scoring 33 points.
Allen for 3. Another one goes in. Teddy Allen. How about that? 8 threes for Allen. And it puts him over 100.
Just a nice, tight little 80% shooting from 3 tonight.
Incredible. McEwen to the wing. John for 3. Got it. The answer from Brampton. And we're under 4 to go now. Next whistle puts us in target score time, so it doesn't look like we're going to see Winnipeg score the most points we've seen in a game this year. And there's a deliberate foul to put them in target score time. Watson Gale hit the 3 anyway. Doesn't count, of course, as we are into target score time. 110 is what Winnipeg needs. The official presenting sponsor of target score time for the 23 CEBL season is Guru Organic Energy, and we'll get the end of tonight's game. Next, you're watching the CEBL live on TSN Plus, CEBL Plus powered by BetVictor, and listening on Saga 960. Just a refresher on how target score time works, brought to you by Guru Organic Energy. First whistle underneath the 4-minute mark, the game clock goes away. You add 9 points to the team that's ahead. That's the target score you need to get. So Winnipeg needs to score 9 before Brampton scores 33. Seems like Winnipeg should be in good shape here. I say should because you never know. Also want to point out that, yes, the stat sheet right now has Teddy Allen at 8 of 11 threes. I think if we watch this back, we'll see that he actually has 9, which would tie the CEBL record for most threes in a game. But we'll go with the official stats as they look right now.
Well, we mentioned it Monday night on the broadcast that the largest comeback in target time this season was 25-8. Calgary did it against Edmonton. You'd be asking for even more from Brampton tonight.
Posthumous hands it off to Allen. Gets inside. Free throw jumper is short. Posthumous the rebound, and the whistle goes against Chad Posthumous. And Brampton will get the ball. Well, we've seen before when there's been big comebacks, it's been just a little bit of a slow start. The other team hits a few shots, and all of a sudden the flow just starts gaining steam down the hill, and all of a sudden we've got a game. So we'll see if Winnipeg can avoid that. Their defense has been really solid here tonight. Brampton averaging 88 points a game. They're only at 77. And they don't have their best player in Christian Vital. Oh, up high and down. The slam from Tillman.
That is getting way up in the air. My goodness.
The hammer from Jeremiah Tillman Jr. Allen drives in off glass is good. And that brings Winnipeg to 7 points away.
Let's start selling some Teddy Allen jerseys in Winnipeg.
It's only his third too. And he's got 37 points. Inside. The rebound put back up and missed by Ojuro. That was a two-pointer that Brampton probably should have had. And you need all of it and some when you're trying to come back from this far back.
All right, so 7 points are left on the board for Winnipeg to get to. Teddy's got 37. He already set the league record with 42. So
just
let's see if we can break another one. Yeah, it's just threes. He's not very active there on the weak side, though, is he?
Hess for three. Trying to get the roll, and he does. Sometimes it's your night. And A.J. Hess had hit the rim 3 times and fell down for the three. And Winnipeg needs just 4 points for the win. That's a pass to nowhere, and Winnipeg is that much closer now. It feels like it should end with a Teddy Allen three. We'll see what happens. Yeah, pull up from half court and end it. They need just 4 points now.
19 three-pointers on 35 shots.
The give, the go. Allen all the way to the rim, can't get it. Brampton now with numbers as Allen is slow getting back. Waterman to the rim. Okay. 25-point lead.
I think as Coach Mike Taylor, you probably still want to see your team close this game out strong, though, right? I mean, even if it ends up being 18 or 20 points, you still want to see the same type of defensive effort that you've seen throughout the game.
And there's a turnover. Watson-Gale tried to get it to Osayande, but the pass was off the mark.
Winnipeg's got a couple of tough ones coming up in their next 5. You got Calgary for the first time. They're going to see them as they go out on the road, and Niagara is looming at the end of the month.
Interesting that it's Osayande, not Anasike, in here to close it out. Yakuin, that's a tough make. Anasike just 14 minutes tonight. Okay, 4 points is all they need. Allen, you're not going to pull from there, are you? Allen for three. Not that time. And the rebound grab by Tillman.
Crowd wanted that one, didn't they?
Who didn't? Allen has been excellent tonight offensively. It looked like we talked a lot earlier in the game about how it's Allen getting a lot of help, and Allen wasn't super involved, and then he's got 37. So.
Well, yeah, and again, that offense for him early on came within the flow of the offense as opposed to having to force his shots and force himself into it. The offense flowed really well early on. They got touches on the inside, get their big guys in it so they could play a little inside out. Ball moved, et cetera, and the shots that Teddy got early were all pretty quality looks, and now you see it in his field goal numbers, 8 of 12 from 3, or 9 of 13 perhaps.
Yeah, perhaps. Brampton has closed the gap to 21 without Christian Vital. Fouled out in the third quarter. And another turnover. Winnipeg getting a little sloppy here. And up ahead, Hess trying to guard John, can't. And that's 2 more for Brampton. Lead down to 19. Winnipeg just needs 4 points to win. That's it. Allen trying to make it 2, left it short. Battle for the ball goes out of bounds, and it will be along to Winnipeg. Good leave by A.J. Hess, who has had a pretty good game here tonight. He's really struggled shooting the ball this season. Winnipeg will call a timeout here. But Hess, 16 points is what it says on the score sheet. And for a player that shot 23% coming in, he's made 3 of his 5 threes tonight. And just maybe being in the starting lineup changes your confidence. I'm not sure.
Yeah, and I'm sure that was probably part of the thought process for Mike Taylor coming into the game was let's throw him into the starting 5 and throw him in with a different rotation. Let him play with some get the starters minutes. Maybe he gets hot early on. Maybe he's not a guy that's great coming off the bench, right? You're just when a guy is struggling, you're just trying to find what's the formula that might unlock him. Again, they knew when he came in, when they brought him in, that this is a guy that's supposed to be able to shoot the ball. So they're just trying to find that right formula, and maybe him being in the starting 5 has done that.
Second half especially, he's been a lot more solid offensively. He made his first shot, had a rough stretch. And now we see Mike Taylor saying, hey guys, we need 4 points. That's it, 4 points. The other team needs 23. They've been outscored, yes, in target score time. They have a massive cushion, but you don't want it to get away from you at all here. So settle things down. Let's get 2 good possessions and end this game.
Yeah, and that's another thing that whether you're playing a clock game or a target time game, you want to close out. You know, coaches don't want to see you kind of fumble your way to the finish line.
Watson Gale, the roll. Boshemus off the glass, can't find it. He's holding his face, so he's slow to get back. It's 5-on-4. McEwen double dribbled. He's going to try to argue that Watson Gale knocked it away, and that's why the ball bobbled. But the call's been made, and the damage done.
I would have called him on a carry anyway. And I think he's right. I think that Watson Gale did get his hand in there and created the bobble. But
so Winnipeg stuck at 106. Watson Gale gets the screen for Osayande, and that's an offensive foul going against Winnipeg. Osayande stares at the official as he gets back on D. Both teams with shooting free throws if there are any more fouls that are not offensive fouls.
All these refs' whistles are the only thing keeping us in the gym tonight, I think.
Dave joking with one of the officials here at the scorers table. They swing it down low. This is Ojuro up top. Brampton's best looks have been in transition here. Out of the set, not so much, but McEwen misses that. Ojuro the rebound. He kicks it back out to McEwen. Penetrate, down
nice
low.
Pass.
Waterman has it knocked away from behind. Osayande gets the block, and 6 seconds on the shot clock for Brampton.
Well, I know you got to score points in bunches if you're Brampton, but Ojuro had Watson Gale on his back there and decided to kick it out.
The dribble, the handoff, McEwen drives in with 3 to shoot, blocked by Osayande again. Ojuro's blocked, and that's a shot clock violation. What a possession by Shane Osayande. 3 blocks in succession.
I'll say this, Brampton's compete level has been very good here, considering where they were throughout, well, really this entire second half, but certainly into target time.
But offensively, Winnipeg trying to close this out. Watson Gale got it! And they're within a point of victory. The ball is on their racket now. Can they serve it out? Brampton down to their last life. Tillman Jr. drives in, dish off to McEwen. The presence of Osayande forced that kick out, no doubt about it. And how about Waterman just pushing his way in? And who will get the shot for the win? As the crowd,
got to get Teddy a touch here.
The crowd rises to its feet. Their team 1 point away from a win. Watson Gale sees daylight, goes in, and he's fouled. And Watson Gale can get it done from the charity stripe.
We see a lot of games end at the free throw line in this target time.
Hey, it might not be the walk-off home run, but any way you get it, victory is a victory. And now Watson Gale can get it done with a make.
A walk-off walk.
First one is up and good, and that's it. The Sea Bears get it done. 110-89 is the final. What a performance offensively by the Sea Bears, led by Teddy Allen's 37 points. And 4 other players, Dave, in double figures tonight, giving that secondary scoring that was lacking earlier this week for sure against the Edmonton Stingers.